it seemed like that they were starting to gain control and things were looking pretty good, but a mistake here, a mistake there. Before you know it, Lions is just rolling on through. And by the end of the game, Lions just had a devastating lead that, again, if you looked at the score of the final, you figured they just stomped it from the beginning, but obviously that was not the case. So it was just simply Justice League having a good chance and not able to capitalize with it. But now they got Internet Gangsters here. So, again, thinking about their mind state here as far as moving on, what that's going to be like. Now, with that said, this is a very important matchup. It really is. This is a very important matchup here for Justice League versus Internet Gangsters because, as you see on the records, Justice League 1-1 now, still 3 more games to play. Internet Gangsters 1-2, only 2 more games to play, including this game here. So, and both these teams could be on that brink of being one of the 2 teams that does not move on to the round of 8. As, of course, the top 4 from the group stages. With the way that the groups are looking, obviously you got Lions at 3-0 comfortably. You got Orange Esports now at 2-1. And on top of that, we have... let me take care of that real quickly. And on top of that, we have Fade to Black. They're kind of the wild card team, though. But they're 0-0 currently. They're going to be debuting later today. Actually, the next match that I believe we also even plan to cover here, or at least Coldcast will. One of us will, as far as coming up next. So, but yeah, a very important match nonetheless. Both of these teams definitely really would love a win here, to say the least. So a best-of-1 series, and here we go. See how things are going to shape up. As far as the picks are concerned, we had the initial bans. Obviously, I had to clear that real quickly. But so it was Drunken Corrupted right there. So it was Tempest, Kraken, Keeper, and Sandwraith, it looks like, coming out. Kind of interesting things. So then you had the Engineer first pick, followed by Hag, and then Ophelia, Master of Arms, Rally, and Andromeda to finish things off. Good amount of minus armor strat coming out. You see the first ban right away. Not a ban you would usually see too often in most cases, but Drunken Master taken out, and that's specifically for IG. Specifically for IG over here. They're known to run that Drunken Master as of late. That's how they beat State Green, then a 2-0 series in cycle number 5 initially in the winner's bracket. And you already see Master of Arms Andromeda. Yeah, you want to ban Drunken Master. That's a lot of physical presence coming out. So you can see what Justice League is thinking there with that ban. So that's good coming out from them. But IG in general, they've been really running some funky heroes lately. A Suicide Succubus, Dr. Repulsor they've been bringing out, the Drunken Master that we just talked about, amongst several others. So which different hero are we going to see this time is basically what I'm going to ask myself. IG, again, they're known for doing that. Something's going to be a little different here. It's bound to happen. We'll see which one it is this time around. The banning phase finishing, it was Drunken Corrupted, Prisoner, Predator, Ravener, Demented Shaman to finish things off, actually, as far as the banning stage goes. So definitely we'll see what they finish off with there. I'm trying to get confirmation on something. I apologize. Grinix actually coming out from GCX as their follow-up pick. So the Suicide Grinix possibly going to be seen here. Obviously, Grinix is a hero that seems like a couple of teams like to prefer to run him in that suicide role, and most certainly one that has that burst potential. You know, coming to the Haxman was mentioning, come the later game, maybe does die off a little bit, but has plenty of burst potential, kind of like just another annoying hero, also like Scout with his Rift stock ability and whatnot. So an option that we see here and there. So speaking of a different hero, that one we do see. What's the sieged? To stick with B. All right, so we're just confirming which match we're probably going to be covering next and try to talk with Colecast there. So I believe we're going to look to cover the USA versus IG, so the same IG team next. So we'll finish off with that one. So kind of sticking with Group B for today. Again, Coldcast, obviously, they're doing the other coverage. So not only are they doing DC Fabulous versus Team Excellent right now, but then after that they'll be doing Stay Green versus Team Excellent. Obviously another great series. But we have seen that a lot. I know a lot of people are intrigued, as is myself, to see what Team USA, a.k.a. Fade to Black, is going to be able to do against a solid team like Internet Gangsters. Again, Fade to Black, apparently they got a good 5-man roster. Apparently it's going to be Tralf, Zai, B-Kid, Enzo, and Jeppins was going to be their 5-man roster for today. So looking forward to that. Glacius going to be the follow-up pickup here for IG. Even the makings of possibly could be a trial lane. But no answers 100% given just yet. We'll see what that final pick is. If it's something like a Bubbles, perhaps, then definitely could be, but something like a Pebbles, maybe not as much. But we'll see what they do. Justice League, they talked about the Grinix. They had the rally on top, but that's a couple of suicide options there, and they finish off a Soul Reaper, actually, as their final pick. So their lane's pretty to the point. Soul Reaper short, Ophelia jungle, Rally Engine mid, Grinix going to be in a suicide. More than likely is going to turn out to be the case here. Armadon, the final pick. So there you go. Again, we knew it was coming. Just a matter of which hero. Just a matter of which hero from Internet Gangsters. They're so good at doing that. They'll catch you off guard, and they'll pick that hero that we just don't see at all, really, or often at that. And sure enough, it is Armadon here. And you talk about the physical presence. Obviously, Armadon has Master of Arms and Wretched Hag or not Wretched Hag, but Andromeda to work off of in terms of minus armor. So the Quills have potential to be doing plenty of damage here. And this also leads to believe it's probably going to be more of a 2-2-1 setup. So I also like the idea of a support like a Glacius. Not only is, just having the great crowd control with the freeze on top of the slow is great for Armadon, but the aura is great for a hero like Armadon, who obviously is spending a lot of mana pretty frequently at times. And especially for being a strength hero, could definitely use that. So also very intrigued to see what kind of build we see here from Armadon specifically as far as his items go. It definitely has potential to go many different builds. The tanky one seems to be the more of the go-to in the end. The early Helm of the Black Legion. Possibly something like an early Barrier Idol. But this Legion team definitely has some physical presence as well with that said. So I'm taking a look at Grinix's skills just to make sure. Yeah, his ultimate is in that physical mindset. Obviously the Rift Stock, and then the Nether Strike, that's just physical damage to the auto attacks. His Shadow Step is magic, but it's kind of a good mix here on the Legion side, really, as far as that physical and magical presence. So again, we'll see what Armadon goes for. Something like the Soul's Pork as well into Demonic, not out of the question. We'll see. Even something like a Dawnbringer or the item Lightbrand wouldn't be out of the question either. Get that early farm, and then a full Dawnbringer if he wants to go more of that battle build. We'll see. We'll see where they go. But to begin things off, you see the warding situation. Ward in the pole camp, ward in the rune camp right there. Saint Rock's actually going to put a ward right here to get some vision, and actually going to try to counter ward right off the bat. Is that a range? No, it's not. They're hoping for one over here, but as you can see, that was not the case. Glacia's still sitting on a rev ward. So 2 camps will be blocked here. For Ophelia, the pole camp and the ward camp, or the rune camp even. This is now into the laning phase we go. So again, what kind of lanes are we ultimately going to see here? Rally is going to be heading mid with Engineer. So yeah, I guess the Legion side not as crazy, but more so the Hellborn team. Master of Arms, Andromeda mid. Andromeda is going to be that short lane with Glacius going up against the Grinix here. Grinix, again, he has some decent burst potential, so Glacius wanted to be a little bit careful about that, but at the same time, that won't add up maybe to level 3 or 4, so. And for now, can definitely do a pretty good job of boxing out, minus the Rift Stock ability, which is similar to the Scout style, although it's not a permanent invis. As long as he has the mana, it's more of the timed invis, of course, as you see. So, anyways, point being, he's an annoying hero to deal against, but that's why he's also a good suicide option. And picked up here for Justice League. So, middle lane, lockdown coming out. Rally taking some good stun duration. He actually compels in, though. They want to take this to Andromeda. Andromeda's going to be fine in the end. Samrock's actually taking a little bit of the creep wave there, but he's not too worried. He knows they just used their cooldowns pretty recently, so it's not necessarily going to get countered on. Some balls being shown there by DCX. After Rally got initiated and stun lockdown, they just say, we're going to compel forward into you. We ain't going to fall back. Grinix doing some good pressure to Glacius right there, as you see. Again, although he can box him out, he wanted to be careful about taking some counter damage himself. That leaves the bottom matchup, Soul Reaper versus Wretched Hag. Obviously, Soul Reaper, a strong 1v1 hero. You also have the Ophelia presence nearby, so expect Soul Reaper to have a pretty good time down here. Played by Imbaboy. Earlier on, too, Xibe seems like he's off to not a bad start either. belly, though, on Armadon. He's probably having a pretty good time with his farm. 10-4 start. Grinix 2-0. Grinix not too concerned about the creep farm, though. More about the levels. Middle lane, however. Once again, back and forth. Master of Farms using the health potion to stay alive. And now it looks like St. Rock's overstepping his boundaries. The creep wave is going to chase after him. This is going to be a very difficult situation to get out of. He's just basically going to accept death at this point. Zergo will get the Bloodlust kill. He's at that point of just trying to delay it as much as possible, pretty much knowing it was coming. They were trying to set up a kill themselves at the bottom, but as you see, Wretched Hag is more than fine, even with the Skeleton King there. So good Bloodlust kill. Again, it caught that kind of halfway through, but it seems like the Legion team, they try to, once again, play the initiators right there, or even go on to Master of Arms, but he lived, got the health potion off, and turnaround happened. On to Engineer. So, oh, was that Grinix? Health potion just canceled right there. Ah, that hurts. He actually just tried a health potion while the Fire Ogre was finishing a beating on him. And that canceled it immediately, so a little bit of a misclick there by Zane, figuring that the creep would have fallen off of him. He's going to check it out a little bit, but he's got to be feeling pretty annoyed after that, I'm sure. That's a good amount of regen used. Middle lane, Rally Engineer versus the Andromeda Master. How's that creep farm looking? Obviously the kill for Master of Arms. They're going to go in once again. The armor, minus armor applied. You see it definitely taking effect right here, but here comes Grinix. Andromeda in a lot of trouble. Zender going to be, oh, he got Shadow Stepped away from the tower. That nearly backfired. Zane almost helped Andromeda get out of there to an extent, but in the end, she is going to fall, and they are able to survive themselves, so that does work out. Wretched Hag, you see the Catman Champion trying to cut her off. Can he get the nuke off? It's just out of range. Wretched Hag gets a blink in 4 seconds. Is that going to be the difference maker? The aura is taking her down. The final auto attack should be enough there. And it is from Soul Reaper. So Wretched Hag nearly able to make the escape, but not able to do so. As she eventually gets picked off. So well played there. From DCX, able to collapse and take out Wretched Hag. Again, that gank presence from Ophelia definitely showing. And actually only being level 4, but still insisting on putting some pressure maybe on this tower. They're aggressively taking out the creep wave. They do have a ballista here. Just the Catman Champion, but they want to put a lot of pressure, and actually it's probably going to work out pretty well. I mean, you do see Wretched Hag. She is back here, but not much she can do in this case. Tower's going to take some good damage. It's going to be close, though. They need to be sure that they can kill this. It's going to be... Oh, even puts the last auto attack. This is going to go in deny range right here. They do have another creep wave coming, so can Wretched Hag time this? It's going to be close. Zibe, can he do it? Yeah, no. He needed to attack a lot sooner than that. The creep wave came, and all of a sudden the tower just fell, so easy tower kill in the end for DCX right there. At the bottom side, you see a slight gold swing for them. As a result, of course. Imba Boy farming 325 gold per minute. Middle lane, though, Andromeda once again. Here comes Grinix! And the Rift Stock to easily help drop Andromeda right there. So, Grinix, yeah, as we always say, as a suicide hero, if you're not doing much at your lane, assist others. And that's exactly what Zane's doing here. He's doing a good job of that. Now 2 assists for him. Causing issues for that middle. It's both of them are on Andromeda, so at least Master of Arms, he is staying alive, and it's not the end of the world there. But nonetheless, still pretty good execution coming out from DCX. Overall, though, Armadon's loving the free farm. Meanwhile, actually, Ophelia's in trouble. He got the kill to Soul Reaper. Is he also going to take out Ophelia? I mean, it just got the tail end of that, but he didn't even use Bat Blast. He thought he was cutting one way, but Ophelia with the other. So a good little... I mean, not even really a juke, just to happen to be a lucky bad guess there from Wretched Hag. And Ophelia will survive, so it's not a double tap at least, but Wretched Hag able to drop Soul Reaper even without a Bat Blast. So really just must have caught Soul Reaper sleeping a little bit right there. And thinking he was a little bit more tanky than he actually was at this point. So that's a big kill for Wretched Hag, and all of a sudden Xibby, not doing too shabby. More importantly, though, Soul Reaper definitely dropping off a bit, even after that tower kill. And again, with that tower kill so early on, I mean, this is pushing up the lane quite a bit, and Wretched Hag's able to get some pretty good levels and some decent farm herself now. So, yeah, they're really aggressive, really tower push. You kind of wonder if that ultimately was for the benefit. Again, it's hard to say that tower kills, especially this one, is a bad thing, but I don't know if I'm trying to insist that, but it definitely has some good come out of it, you could say, for IG at the same time. With the lane being pushed up at least, so double stacking the ancients right here. Armadon, though, again, free farm at the top side. His build so far, he has the boots and the life tube. Looks like the Helm of the Black Legion is going to be that first. Not too surprised there. As far as that item selection is concerned. There's the helm, finished now.
Watch your eyes.
Gonna triple stack the ancients, it looks like, and perhaps try to have Master of Arms come over there and do that, but obviously with a combination like Andromeda and Master of Arms, a lot of minus armor to work with. Definitely clean those up fairly quickly. So the bottom lane, it seems like Sorcerer has been able to make the best of it still, and it's kind of coming back somewhat. Where is he porting? Top lane. He's going to join Ophelia up here with Grinix, actually. Grinix is level 6 now. If they find Glacius out of position at all, that could be a dead Glacius, so I'm seeing he needs to be a little bit careful about that. How about Armadon's build, by the way? He is actually staying away from the Snotstorm. Of course, if he's not getting involved in any kind of fights early on, no point to have that Snotstorm. Gets the Armadillo here. Armadillo. I see Armadillo. And the Spine Burst, obviously, with the 1 level into his Restless. And there's the Plated Greaves finish. So, yeah, kind of a mixed team here on the Legion side. They got some good magic damage, but also some good physical presence. So, definitely at least getting a Mystic Vestments on Armadon will be important. But I also like the Plated Greaves pick up at the same time. Vulture Lord to help push this top tower. This is a pretty good push here coming out from GCX. Going to be an easy one at that. Some stacking in the jungle coming out from Internet Gangsters in the meantime.
Destroyed a Hellborn tower.
And Armadon's kind of working his way with that. Glacius also trying to get them low here. I don't think he's going to look to finish them off by any means. More so, yeah, getting them cleared for a Master of Arms or Armadon to come over here and clean them up. But look at the Legion team, actually. They're all grouping up here at the top side. Justice League. They're looking to make something happen up here, and they may find something. Master of Arms caught by the combo right there. They're not the best off of staggering the stuns, but might not matter. Master of Arms, even the Master's Call. You see the Judgment coming out from Ophelia. And down goes Master of Arms. Top lane in the meantime. Glacius does get picked off. Grinix and Sorcerer dive him, it looks like. Sorcerer Demonic Execution was used right there, and down goes Glacius. So 2 heroes dead just like that. Now the bottom tower is countered at least by Wretched Hag, but this is also going to be a top secondary kill by Justice League right now. So this kind of team snowball right here is definitely working pretty well. You see the item build coming out. Sorcerer, he's going for a first item Astrolabe, really. He does go the Steam Boost Ring of Teacher first, but prioritizing the Astrolabe, so even more reason why they're going to be grouping up and pushing. So yeah, going the Astrolabe on himself, not allowing Ophelia to get it, but at the same time, you know, that'll open up the door for Ophelia to invest into now that, of course, the Ring of Sorcery and maybe something like an Abyssal Skull. Could be pretty good for this team to work with, but it seems like that's going to be the nature. When you see a Sorcerer being built like this, that's the nature of the team especially. It's going to be all about the grouping up and pushing. So there's the Astrolabe finish. And look at where they are on the minimap. All 4 of them, at least, are at the middle lane. Ophelia finding some minions, it looks like. His TP is priceless. Will do so. Grinix, middle lane. He's got Ghost Marchers. Again, he's all about the levels, though. He has a level 4 Rift Star, or what does he level up? It's a Nether Strike's level 3, so kind of a mix here. The Nether Strike, that's where he really gets his burst whenever he uses an ability. Makes his next auto attack do that much more damage. Middle lane, energy field is down. Armadon taking a good amount of damage, pushes him into the energy field right there, so you see some synergy coming out by Grinix. Might come to cut. Oh, the Bat Blast misses. Beautiful. I believe that was a compel. Yeah, coming out from Rally right there. Helping us save Grinix and avoid the Bat Blast. Now, both teams, I mean, used some fairly big ultimates right there. And now it's going to kind of be a stalemate, so I don't think no one ends up dying after all of that. That's pretty crazy as well. And now you see Master of Arms and Andromeda going back to the triple stack Ancients. Stopped them a couple minutes ago, but better late than never to do them. So Master of Arms, his farm. Only 277, again, hasn't been the prettiest so far either, but at least he's stepping it up a little bit here. Wretched Hag, interesting. Has a couple of apprentice ropes, so that's usually means more along the lines of a Hellflower eventually. Of going the Arcana, the 3 Arcanas obviously. And sometimes they like to do this where they just like to get the stats of the items before going into the Scarab or the Steam Staff even. Interesting choice there. This is your Suicide Hag, so, you know, choosing not to go the Light Brand route. They got Armadon to be the physical, to be the carry presence really, so you can see where that's coming from. Oh, Flower, good item choice too. I'll block down maybe that Soul Reaper. There's the Ring of Sorcery on Ophelia. Middle lane, they are grouping up yet again. Gridix, that should be pretty obvious. The creeps are beating on him as he's sitting there with the Invis. Water Rev is down background. They're chasing though. The minions are back there. There's the leap in right there with the Shadow Step. Master of Arms Compel. Big swap from Andromeda. He takes in front of the damage. He is still alive. Energy field is down though. Master of Arms will fall. 40 lightning hits multiple. But now Armadon is pissed. Armadon's chasing down Rally. He will be killed. Glacial Downpour to assist. It ends up being a 1-for-1. Rally for Master of Arms right there. And once again, Hellborn team's going to hold. I feel like this is in favor of IG. Because Armadon, his farm, I mean, Soul Reaper's farm is also continuing to be great. I guess they both kind of work in that kind of beefy presence. But Armadon doesn't even have the 2-level advantage over him. And they have Wretched Hag as well for kind of that backup carry presence. Whereas the Legion team, you know, it's not as much. So I feel like this whole stalemate idea is actually working out better for Internet Gangsters. But again, DCX going to continue to knock on the door. Will this work out this time? Wretched Hag, she is going to be able to blink. Gwenix playing pretty aggressive right there. He is now fairly low on mana, actually, so don't expect him to give too much more help other than simply auto attacks from here on out. Glacia's going to be dove on. Grinix trying to chase. Glacia is still alive, though. Ophelia comes in with a Judgment, though, to finish him off. But now here comes Armada. The Quills are being spammed. He is very low on mana, however. He doesn't really have the mana items, obviously, so it shows right there. And actually the leading team falling. So, again, just a lot of just stalemate going on here. We're only 14 minutes in. We've already had, like, 3 fights now at this middle lane that have resulted in maybe 1 or 2 hero kills at the most. DCX very, very insistent on really breaking through right here. And it finally is going to happen, it looks like. So I guess it does pay off.
The Legion have destroyed a
Perseverance
Hellborn
pays
tower.
off, and they finally break through. They get the easy tower kill. Tablet of Command now being worked on by Soul Reaper. Definitely a solid choice there. And they may still want to go. It's a team that's all about just keeping it up. They do not want to let their foot off the throttle, clearly. Ophelia's going to go into the jungle here, get a couple minions. She has the Skeleton King, now she just takes over the Vulture, so she has room for 1 more here. Can't get that, don't want that. Don't want either one of these, most likely. Has a Minotaur way over here, but not going to go all the way over there. Oh, Armada runs right into them. He is so tanky, though. Will it be enough damage? He gets swapped out from Andromeda just in case. Andromeda again, the sacrificial lamb at 1 cost right here. Rally's now dropping. The Quills are doing plenty of damage. Rally will fall. The Quills are still plenty to come. The Legion team is in trouble right here. Soul Reaper on the run. He is dropping quickly. You can just see, man, those Quills, those charges are adding up. Engineer's going to end up falling most likely. He's trying to run with the Kex, not going to happen, though. Grinix comes up with the Shadow Step. He has a Rift Stock. He's going to be fine for now. Compel forward. Oh, 1 more auto attack. He will fall in the end. Belda gets the hat trick. And now Rally's on the run again. Armadon's just pressing W. Just spam that W with the APM. Rally is now in trouble. 1 more auto attack. He is going to fall. A quad kill for Armadon. Grinix comes back in after the buyback. Can he kill him, though? I don't think so. Not nearly enough damage. And now Grinix needs to be careful. Are we going to see an annihilation right here? Heal comes out on the Grinix. It doesn't look like it. Grinix should be fine with the Rift Stock, but this is going to be a counter push. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a beefy Armadon, and you can see what he can do. Like I said, I just felt like this whole stalemate, they finally broke through, but it was only going to work in favor of IG, and that really showed right there. I mean, Armadon, a soul's bulwark going into that fight now. He's just very tanky and does so much damage, especially being level 14, the level 2 Restless, the spamming of the Quills, with that minus armor on top of it especially, and it showed that big time in that fight. So DCX, even though the stats may not say they're tremendously behind, I mean, it's only a 1,400 gold lead. It is a 5,000 experience lead, and that shows, but I feel like it's even a little bit more for the Hellborn team. I mean, even look at Wretched Hag. She's got the first Arcana finished, and she's actually farming 380 gold per minute. I want to say she's surprised she doesn't have the second one already finished, too. She probably just needs the Steam Staff. and then she'll be good to go with that. So it's going to quickly start to get a little bit out of hand here for DCX if they're not careful. They do got the they got the tablet now on Sorry. But again, he didn't go for the farming route. He didn't go for the I'm going to try to carry us route. He went for the we're going to push as a team and I want to be involved, which definitely is great and it makes sense, but the stalemate, them not able to fully break through when they've tried a couple of the first times, it's definitely hurt them. I mean, they got the top push initially, the secondary tower, but then the middle lane is where they really found themselves having a difficult time. So Armadon, 1,600 more gold saved up. He's farming 475 plus GPM here. Master of Arms hasn't had the best start, but he is now upwards of 325. He's got his Energizer. He has another 1,400 gold. And again, the Hellflower is coming along pretty nicely for Wretched Hag right here. So this is Internet Gangsters knowing how important this game is. They go the Armadon pick, and it is working out so far here for them. I will say Soul Reaper actually is pretty good against a hero like Armadon. If it gets to that later game stage, both his aura on top of his ultimate, pretty good against beefy, tanky heroes. But will it get to that late game point that matters? It's now that's a big question mark here, as we are 18.5 minutes into this game right now. So Grinix, he's not really doing much in terms of his items. He's got his Ghost Marchers, Mystic Vestments, Mana Batteries. Same thing with Rally. He's won plenty of build up with his Ghost Marchers. Obviously, Ophelia has been trying to do her part with the supporting items, but Ring of Sorcery, Plate of Greaves, definitely necessity. I really feel like they can use that Abyssal Skull. I think Ophelia should try to finish that Ring of Teacher and an Abyssal Skull next. Just make that priority against this heavy physical presence team on the Hellborn side, but easier said than done. Sure, and there's the full Hellfire. I was going to say, I felt like Zibe actually had more pieces than we saw, and she did. Hellflower's finished on Zibe, playing the Wretched Hag. 430 gold per minute. That's just another great lockdown tool, so when they do get the jump, put that on Soul Reaper before he tablets or Astrolapes even, and that's a lot taken away from him in terms of trying to get away. So he really isn't the tankiest right now. He's more of a, obviously, he could be able to tanky in the sense he can heal himself up and has survivability with the tablet, but you lock two of those abilities down, that puts him in a lot of trouble. That on top of the silence to prevent him from healing himself even. So yeah, that's a great lockdown tool against him, and beautiful choice coming out there. Master of Arms jetting away before he gets caught. He even happened to have a regen rune, so well played right there by Zergo. DCX window. Not too sure how much more of a window there's going to be here. That will be left open. Where's Armadon going next? He's sitting on 2,600 gold now. Sure, the Demonic Breastplate is definitely on the mind. You see the double Minotaur stun, and he's like, all right, well, now that you're done with that, I'm going to go back to my creeps over here and continue farming. That's what I'm going to do. See bottom lane. Soul Reaper just continuing to farm in his own jungle. He has 2,300 gold saved up just about. And my boys managed some great GPM, honestly. Even without, like, the most farm-heavy items, he still has 440 GPM here. He's just been cleaning up through his jungle. He's only 2-2-2. Obviously, they got several tower kills that they're working off of as well. But I'm still fairly impressed by his farm. He's keeping up with the Armadon, if anything. And at this rate, I almost want to say souls. I mean, it's not the best item in terms of his own synergy, but it's, I guess Frostfield Plate would be the more appropriate item. Frostfield will take a little bit longer, though, to get. Or he might just be going straight into the Sheepstick, too. It's tough. I mean, either one. I think Sheepstick or Frostfield are really his two options here. Even so, either one is still going to be a little bit of ways, and even when he gets it, will that be the difference maker? I don't know. Armadon looking like he's going to have a full demonic here at this rate, as far as his build goes, and that's also another thing. So you factor in. It's not the same as Predator by any means. I mean, the more life you get if you're Armadon, obviously the more effective in a sense that Withering Presence is going to be. but at the same time, it's that's not preventing you from wanting to get more life. So it's going to bring up that, but he wants to go demonic just for the sake of going demonic. But wouldn't be surprised to see something like a behemoth start even later on for him. In fact, there you go with the demonic. In fact, anything life is still good against Soul Reaper because no matter what, as soon as you get to 50%, you actually put yourself in a tough spot against him. Ophelia is going to be easily picked off by Wretched Hag right there. And, yep, pretty much. Exhibit is a serial killer now, 3-1-4. Using the Hellflower, and he must have bought something else. What is being delivered? Oh, bottom lane. That's Zero going down. Actually, Grinix finds him. He got some good burst damage using his ultimate right there. Going to finish off the Dragon Master even. And he's going to go for the port. Armadon, though! Not enough damage. He has a demonic finish. Couldn't kill him, though. Grinix 2,700 gold, actually. So Grinix saving up quite a bit. And this is, I mean, DCX, I guess this was... It's better than them knocking their heads against the door and trying to continue to push. I can see that. So, and actually, he goes a light brand here. Interesting. So, Imba Boy trying to switch things up now. Now he's going into that different mindset of, okay, we tried the whole grouping up and wanted to push these towers in quickly. That didn't work. Now I'm going to try to go more the farming style, more the carry presence. He goes a light brand. That's going to be a full Grimoire at this rate, most likely. I don't know. I think it might be one of those cases it's just a little too late. And actually, this is not going to help things. Look at how fast he's going to drop. Holy crap. He did not stand a chance right there. He's been farming his jungle now for a while with very little vision, so it was a matter of time before they finally went over there and actually took him out. So that they do. Master of Arms, by the way, gets a Nullfire Blade. Good item choice there. Soul's Bulwark actually on Grinix. Okay, so they do have a Soul's Bulwark now. That is good. And I almost want to say keep that defensive, honestly. Like, when you're farming, sure, but when they get into team fights, I don't know if offensive Souls is really your best bet. I think defensive Souls is arguably better in this case. So much physical presence, especially from that Armadon. And the minus armor with the Andromeda and the Master of Arms, so getting as much armor as possible, probably a good thing here. Yeah, that pick on the Soul Reaper, he purchased the light brand. He actually didn't have it delivered yet. He's going to put it on himself, though, right here. I don't know. Again, I feel like that's not the best decision. I really think that either just going straight into the Sheepstick or the Frostfield Plate would have been the better choice here from Soul Reaper, and kind of making a point that, all right, well, once we get this item, then we try to go. Then we try to make something happen, because I don't think you're going to win the farming game at this point. You're just so far behind already. As a team, that is especially. I mean, sure, Soul Reaper's been keeping up pretty well, but that's behind both an Armadon and now a Wretched Hag is actually taking over as a top farm. She has her Shrunken Head, another 17. She's basically farming like she has a Grimoire at this rate. There's a plate mail picked up by Armadon, so he's just even going to get extra tanky against physical damage himself. And then we're going to see that Frostfield Plate coming up from him, actually. So he's staying away from the life route. He's just going more the armor route. Again, SR is good against Soul Reaper is good against Armadon. So with the R and the ultimate, if they get that early burst on him somehow, and then get a big Soul Reaper ultimate, maybe there's something that can be there. But
one big ass monkey.
Look at how much armor he has. 38 armor when he has the buffs on him. Jeez. Conqueror dead. Token of Life going to be on Hag. Obviously a good choice there. Not a big reason to put it on Armadon. I do wonder about the Frostfield Plate actually picking up an Armadon too. I think, what I'm thinking about, I mean, he's already still taking against physical. I feel like getting life to go up against that Soul Reaper now as far as more damage. It's probably maybe the better route, but it's going to be good in the end still.
The Hellborn have
Tower falls.
Legion Tower.
That's one of 3 secondary towers that were up, so will they move to another one or will they push in? Looks like it's going to be the latter. They're going to push in, actually. Portal key just picked up by Engineer. And actually, there's a swap on his Soul Reaper. Very aggressive offensive swapper there. He's dropping fast. Soul Reaper's going to fall right off the bat. He just bought his Grimoire, too. He's not going to do much anything. Batblast comes out of the background. They do finish off Armadon. Actually, 4 players are dead. Holy crap. That burst on a Soul Reaper was big, but look at the supporting cast. They do work in the background. And before you know it, IG's cleaned up, and Wretched Hag has to pour back to base. So that was clearly a little bit too much of a dive coming out right there from our Hellborn team. Internet Gangster is diving a little too aggressively in to kill that Soul Reaper, figuring that she was the main, that he's the main target, whatever it is. And you know, it's hard to argue against that, but clearly, Grinix, Rally, I don't know. I was paying so much attention to the Soul Reaper, and Rally must have got like a big seismic slam off. I'm sure Grinix did plenty there. Engineer the energy field obviously did a lot of work. And all of a sudden, it was a 1v3 in favor of the Legion team, even with Soul Reaper getting picked off. So now, Wretched Hag living and still having the token is obviously huge for IG. There were buybacks used right there. You do see Rally. He is now out of buybacks, actually. So that's maybe a little bit more explanation as to what actually happened there. Zane, he bought back from earlier, I want to say. I don't think that was from that last fight, but Rally is now out of buyback. So there is something a little bit more there, but still pretty good hold there, at least by DCX. And if anything, keeping themselves in it. So if you're IG, don't get too tunnel vision there. And I wonder, Soul Reaper, I don't think he got his ultimate off. I actually forgot to quickly note that. It's not on cooldown anymore. I might have just got off cooldown, but I don't think he used his ultimate there. So the fact that they were able to kill Armadon like they did without a demonic execution is actually pretty scary for Internet Gangsters, if that was the case. If it was demonic execution used, then maybe a little bit more understandable, but because, I mean, he's building basically to counter Grinix and Rally at this rate, his supporting cast around that Soul Reaper, and yet he still drops, so. Again, that's where I kind of look back at the choice to go the Frostfield play, though. He instead could have gone for the full Behemoth art, but. But now having that Grimoire and Soul Reaper is level 16. The farm has definitely dropped a little bit, but especially with the Grimoire, you figure that's gonna hopefully start going back up in his favor. And now either the Frostfield or the Sheepstick's next in line. Bottom lane, Wretched Hag. She actually is in a little bit of trouble. She has another blink in 3 seconds. Looks like she's gonna be fine. Offensive Master's Call. What is she doing? It was getting a little risky right there, and actually, I am not sure what Zibbe was thinking. Oh my God, Zibbe. Zibbe is gonna get caught. Zibbe's gonna fall right here. What is he doing? The energy field! They're gonna kill him! He doesn't have a buyback! Oh no, what was he doing? Why did he charge in like that? He had to have, it almost seemed like he wanted to man up right there, thinking that Rally was just by himself, a quick burst and a kill and get on out of there, but clearly that wasn't the case. That was a risk with a very little reward. And that was the ultimate cost right there. So now they will counter push the top lane in the meantime. So Wretched Hag dead for 50 seconds, but it seems like the Hellborn team is the one pushing, if anything. I don't know about this from IG. The last thing you want to do is fight without your Wretched Hag right here and outnumbered. So they are going to fall back. I mean, sure, energy field is down, but yeah, I don't know what Xibbe had going on there, honestly, but he ends up losing his life. It doesn't seem like, though, the most is going to come out of it in terms of counter pushing or anything like that. But the Legion team doing a good job of getting resources here. You see pushing out the bottom lane a little bit. And Soul Reaper now has 2,400 gold saved up. There's a Frostfield play finished on Armadon, but holy crap, big Ripstock into the Shadow Step on Iglesias, and he just gets bursted down. Again, you see the damage potential right there of Grinix, especially against the squishies.
The Legion have destroyed
So it's also making it into a tower kill as well. So yeah, that pick on Xibbe clearly causing a lot to happen. Look at the golden experience swing slightly too. It's now only 4,700 gold lead as well as a 5,000 experience lead. So I don't know. I mean, you know, the item choices overall maybe been questionable even on both sides to an extent, but honestly, IG, you know, they made some decisions, including at that base fighting, and then the last one from Wretched Hag of just dying and giving a lot to DCX right there. So she does have a Sheepstick now. She comes back up at least. Again, the Frostbite, as I mentioned, finished on Armadon. Still kind of not too sure about that. Yeah, if you're this Legion team, that's actually a great point. If you see that Armadon and the way he's building so tanky in armor, if you're this Grinix especially, Grinix or Rally, I don't think that's much, but Grinix, I mean, could definitely look into investing into Harkons next. That would not be out of the question. I mean, he did just finish a full demonic here. And actually, Armadon's going to get caught. He has a double damage rate. He doesn't want to get purged off, though. He's going to destroy the energy field, but he is going to get caught, so it's going to come at a cost. How tanky is he? We're going to see Swordper's not here. It doesn't matter, though. Holy crap, he is here. There's a demonic execution to finish him off. Wretched that comes in, but a little bit too late, or is it? Down goes Grinix, down goes Rally, and it looks like in the end they are able to fight back. Armadon does not have a buyback, but Ophelia goes down. And they used a lot to kill Armadon there, and that clearly shows. The Internet Gangster is able to fight back, a 4-for-1 exchange. And that's kind of like what we saw on the base of the Legion base about 8 minutes ago, 8 to 10 minutes ago or whatever, where they dove to kill Soul Reaper and it ultimately, cost them a lot of their lives, where it's kind of the opposite there. They catch Armadon, they use a lot, pretty much everything on him, and then by the time he's dead, the supporting cast is there and cleaning up. So, well played there by Internet Gangsters. Although Armadon died, they made it work.
The Hellborn have destroyed
He was just taken out. I didn't think Soul Reaper was there initially, but he actually was that whole time. I think the demonic execution came out a little late. He might have been silenced or something. Ophelia gets picked off. She bought back, by the way. She gets picked off. Obviously, Soul Reaper bought back, but there's not much he's going to be able to do. So this is going to be a Rax kill in favor of the Hellborn team right here. The lockdown on the Soul Reaper. Port coming in from Rally. He's going to look for the catch. Andromeda Center's going to be that sacrificial lamb there in the end, as always. Playing Andromeda, and that'll be that. So they got what they got. They didn't cut what they came for a while, actually. Yeah, the Man Rex lives. So wow, what's the DC battle base? Justice League is able to ultimately hold off the Rax kill. So really, again, actually a pretty good hold right there in the end. As far as that is concerned, so well played. Well played coming out right there. Wretched Hag, level 21. The top lane, who's up here by himself? Is that Grinix? Grinix is looking for something. Seeing if he can find a free kill up here. He might find one in either of those two. Not going to risk it, though. Knowing that there's probably support nearby. I see him using another Rift stock. Really just gathering information. So, yeah, it's kind of a different kind of scout. How Scout, you can just kind of freely go around and sit in the invis, whereas Grinix, you have to kind of hide every now and then. Whenever it wears off, of course. But he's going to be fine. Got some information and falls back. Wretched Hag deep into enemy territory by himself. And he actually blinks right into Grinix. He's going for a kill. Sheepstick comes out. Bamplast's going to be used. It will be a killer, will it? No, it won't. The healing touch comes out. Wretched Hag going to be countered. She blinks aggressively. She gets the kill. The ultimate from Grinix, though. Is that going to be enough for a counter kill? Oh, one more auto attack. Maybe the blink. The Opposite Master's call. She is going to be fine. Holy crap, that almost backfired big time for Exhibit right there. But he barely lives. He barely lives. Spiky. Barbed armor now picked up an Armadon, by the way, too. So just, holy crap. I mean, are there any more armor items that he can go? He has barbed, demonic, plated frostfield. Hey, am I missing something here? Is there another armor item that he can actually go? It doesn't look like. He basically went the 4 armor items that you can really go. I guess Sackstone. Oh, there is stuff like Riga. He actually doesn't have a Riga teacher either. So there are definitely a couple more, but still. It's just funny seeing those 4. I mean, and again, it's not like this Legion team, it's like all physical. It's a lot of it is magical from Soul Reaper, so it is kind of interesting. And again, choosing to do that. We do see right here, Wretched Hag, she went for a kill once again, and this time it's not going to pay off. Exhibit will go down. I thought she was going to be able to blink away at the last second, but no. Exhibit's finding herself getting caught in these situations. He's trying for picks, but I don't know why IG's even bothering trying to do that. I really feel like they've had the team fight for a while now, but maybe not so much anymore. I mean, now that this game is... It's so hard to say, though. There's still a 10,000 goalie now in favor of IG, 11,000 experience lead. I don't know if this roaming Wretched Hag is the best option here. I mean, sure, if she's getting kills, then yeah, okay, whatever. But the fact that she's now died, that's 2 deaths, and another one that was very close to getting countered just before that. And now Grinix has gotten a lot more time to... What does he buy? He's, I guess, buybacks have slowed him down a little bit. I feel like he should have something else, but he's only 281, so maybe not. But Soul Reaper has a full shrunken head finish now, so she's pretty good against this Wretched Hag here. Obviously, it's still not so much against Armadon, but having the shrunken will be nice as always. Soul Reaper, though, he's been massively slowed. Armadon. He's, holy crap. Soul Reaper basically had a walk. You look at the damage as soon as he gets next to him. The Restless buffs are up. He is going to be personal. He's going to push by back in. Beautiful Shadow Step for Grinix. And Armadon's dropping the swap from him, dropping the last second. Barely going to keep him alive. And now here comes Wretched Hag. She's ready with the Bat Blast, but the Shrunken Heads are up. Soul Reaper still alive. They're going to pick off Grinix after the side. It looks like, yes, he will go down. In the meantime, Ophelia also picked off, and the rest are going to have to fall back. So it ends up being a one fight once again for Internet Gangsters. It seemed like it was actually going to be pretty good for Justice League, but Cinder comes in with a swap, as Andromeda's do. Saves Armadon at the last second. Sacrifices herself. And they're able to come back in and Mine Trap! The mines! There you go, falls right there to the Mine Trap of St. Rocks. So they dive on the uphill, they try to get the melee Rex, and that happens. So quick fallback. No melee Rex to be destroyed just yet. Well, those are level 4 mines. I mean, those mines, they basically held off a push. If Master doesn't die right there, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they held their ground and fight that, but with them dying right off the bat, they're like, yeah, not worth it. Not worth it at all. So, Armadon now with a Mighty Blade himself. I wonder if he's going for a Shrunken Head full. I guess it's really... It's definitely not the only option, but... Unless he wants something like a Brutalizer. I mean, well, obviously there's the Ice Brand into the eventual Dawnbringer. Definitely, wouldn't be out of the question at this rate either, but I assume it is going to be the Shrunken Head, and that'll be good for preventing the damage, obviously, from Soul Reaper. You can still get stunned, but it does prevent the damage, so... And, of course, against Armadon as well, which has definitely caused some issues. So, yeah, the Shrunken Head, when you're looking at the situation, it definitely makes a lot of sense here for Armadon. So, yeah, that's even another thing. You could have said that even instead of the Frostfield plate, he maybe should have gone for that. And the other thing with Barbed Armor, too, he's mitigating so much damage and physical presence on Barbed Armor. It's like, obviously, it's still great against, like, Soul Reaper, but... Oh, no, I don't know if I'm the hugest fan of just Fabelli's overall. I didn't build here. Continue to be kind of meh with it. But Kongor is going to drop pretty quickly. As you see, they fall back, though. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, they were coming over, and that would have made it very, very close. So they did not want to fully commit. You do see DCX coming on over. Renek's going to lead the way. Armadon just feeling it out a little bit. He's not too afraid about being in the front lines, of course. Skeleton King net. And actually, they're going to chase. They're going to look to collapse on a Rally. Rally, a lot of burst damage right off the bat. He has a Hellfire. Gets talboted. He gets compelled and everything else. He is hit by the Bat Blast. And it looks like he is going to eventually tick down. So the Shrunken Head not able to keep him alive. He does not have a buyback. Now you do Kongor. Yeah, this is going to be a free Kongor now. So that was a huge pick on Embry right there. Embry was a little bit further up than he should have been. Clearly the team was not ready for the response, and before you know it,
that was one big ass monkey.
That happens. So, Token of Life once again on Wretched Hag, and I believe I just saw him. Yep. He bought the Sustainer, and there's the full Resto Stone. It is a full Resto Stone on the way. So, Resto Stone coming now for Wretched Hag. So, he has the double Sheep, double Hellflower, double Bat Blast. As long as you make sure to use both of those, especially before. Mind Trap out inside again. A Master of Ops. He nearly dies. Engineer wants the kill. He's going to be ported back, though. He will be fine. In the meantime, though, Wretched Hag in the front grounds. Grinix is dropping. You see Soul Reaper taking so much damage. He's forced to use the Shrunken Head to get out of there. He has buyback, but he does not want to die right here. So the melee axe is finally going to fall, it looks like, in favor of IGR. Will it? Invulnerability comes out. Energy field. No, it was already used from Engineer. He just goes and lays it on mine. They're going to hold it off again. They're actually going to hold it off again. Unbelievable. No more buybacks were used there. So again, IG knocking on the door, but just not able to get in. The mine traps, the holds here, the energy fields. I mean, Sandrox is definitely doing a lot of engineer, that's for sure. As far as him and his presence against this Hellborn team. Armadon, I think they really, if anything, they really want him to get that shrunken head. And he's going to have it here very, very shortly now. No buybacks have been used by IG yet, either, with that said. But he is going to have the shrunken head now, so now he has ways to deal with both Soul Reaper a little bit better, as well as especially Engineer. I am definitely a little surprised that we still see no Abyssal Skull, let alone even a Ring of the Teacher here on the Legion side. I feel like that's something that is pretty much a must against this Hellborn team, but... And even for the Hellborn side, too, Abyssal Skull is just a great item, support item to have. And hell, you look at Glacius, Insania is going crazy. Holy crap. Not often we see a farmed-ass Glacius like that. He's playing the secondary support, but still. Portal Key, Astrolabe, Energizer. He's going for a Shrunken. Bottom lane, we have initiation. This is big right here. Rowley kind of going in. The numbers are not in the Legion's favor, though. Grinnick's going to be picked off. The counter was ready. Rowley's in trouble. The Glacial Downpour. Rowley will go down. Wretched Axe still going in. Soiper's now in trouble. If Soiper gets picked off, she does have a buyback. It will be his last, though. Engineer going balls to the wall. He gets ported back, though. And now Soiper gets caught. Soul Reaper is going to fall. Again, he has a buyback. Rowley and Grinnick's do not, though. Even with him buying back right here. He was sitting on about 4,600 gold, by the way, too. So also got to question that a little bit. But with him falling, even with if he buys back, is it going to be enough to hold? Without Rowley and Grinnick, that's a lot of presence there. This is a free push. They still do not have a Rax killed. But they're going for the bottom lane right here. Tower will fall. Melee Rax is dropping very quickly. And there goes the ranged Rax. So Internet Gangsters proving that those picks right there. I want to say that actually started with the Legion team. I saw it on the mini-map initially. It quickly went over to as quickly as possible. It looked like Rowley might have jumped in right there. And they just did not expect the numbers to be there that IG had. So, you know, it'll happen later on in the game like this. You think you have an opportunity, you want to take it, and all of a sudden this happens. All of a sudden, 2 sets of racks are dead. The 3rd base tower is killed. Rowley's going to be ported back. You see him initiate. But that was just to say hello, really. So, DCX, understandably, not going to give up 100% just yet, but that was very likely the game right there. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, the likelihood of DCX now being able to come back, they're going to be in that mindset now. We just got to go balls to the wall. We got to go all in. If they pick off Armadon here, actually, that is a start. Here we go. Rowley Compel. Armadon, he is so freaking tanky. And now with that shrunken head, will it be enough? It looks like it is. Holy crap, the barbed armor goes on the shrunken head. It's making all the difference. I mean, if he didn't have the shrunken there, obviously Soul Reaper comes in and ultis him and he's dead. But the shrunken head's like, yeah, you can't ulti this. Well played right there from Armadon. He's able to get away in the end. So now they're going to try for a pick on Master of Arms, who still pushing top, but he's going to TP out now. Before he ultimately gets caught. I feel like Grenix has been sitting on this demonic breastplate forever now. Yeah, that's becoming more and more true as this game progresses. You can argue that Grenix, obviously a little more hindsight now, but maybe he should have just gone for something like a Harkons. I mean, this whole demonic idea, it's like you have so much armor on Armadon. 50.9 at Graces, 75.3 damage reduction. Holy crap. Where is it worth even going for any bit of minus armor? I mean, sure, you want to armor yourself is nice, and yeah, that's where it does come into benefit. But not saying it's a bad pickup, but yeah, I wonder how. But obviously, he would have liked to maybe follow it up with the Harkons, but with the farm that he's had since then, it's just been very minimal to none. I mean, Soul Reaper's basically been soaking it all up. He does have a Blessed Orb now, so Sheepstick very likely coming out. 5,300 more gold on Wretched Hag. What do we have up here? We have a catch on Ophelia. TP's price is easy pick.
Good, didn't it?
Choo-choo, motherfucker.
She is not buying back. Wretched Hag, seeing if he can catch anybody. He actually throws a Sheepstick on Engineer, but not going to follow it up. The Mine Trap. Just out of range, just out of range, just out of range. He's going to run into it. So close. He gets pushed in. Will they push him in? The energy field goes out. There's the Mine Trap. Actually, a lot of damage. Armadon gets the trigger. it off, though. Power grabs out. Engineer will fall. Sword for holding his ground, but his supporting cast is 100% dead. It almost worked out, but Armadon was able to get the Sugar Net up in time. Down goes Soul Reaper. That's going to be it. GG well played. Hat trick for Xavier to finish things off. And wow. Well, that was an entertaining game. I mean, some fun play from both sides, but in the end, Internet Gangsters does pull through, and they take it here in the group stages against Justice League. So, again, a very important match for both of these teams. With Internet Gangsters winning that means now they go to 2-2 here in Group B with one more match to go. And that final match is going to be against, of course, Fade to Black. And actually, again, that's kind of a wild card. Not exactly sure how that one is, what to really expect, honestly, from Fade to Black. But at least they're feeling good that they at least got to win here. Because, again, now they definitely not guaranteeing moving on by any means. But a loss here would have really put them in a bad spot. So for Justice League, that means they are now 1-2, as IG just was. And now Justice League wanted to be a little bit more concerned about their likeliness of moving on to the next round, but they'll still have 2 more matches themselves to prove that they do deserve it. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out for them. As far as this match is concerned, that is going to wrap